Hi guys, so in today's video I'm going to take a little look at how you can sound similar to Kavinsky and some of the things that he uses in his tracks that make him stand out from other producers. I'm going to do this with a few different producers out there. I'm going to choose some of the the real sort of pioneers of synthwave, and I'm going to look at the styles and compare them to other people's styles and pick out some stuff that I think is really good and is really what makes them like stand out from other producers. So the first one I'm going to start with is Kavinsky, and I'm going to take a look at his track called Night Call. So I've done a quick reconstruction sort of thing with the bass, the harp, his pad, and then the vocals as well. I don't have the vocals, it's just a random acapella that I found, but it'll sort of show you. So some of his stuff's very basic. So one of the things that couple of things I'm going to look at is his bass. Now, the actual sound of his bass, I did make a video, having yesterday or the day before, where I showed how to sort of get his bass sound. So I'm going to take a look at the bass. I'm going to take a look at the chords and what he's actually done with the chords as well. So let's do that first of all. So the chords of the track will actually pull in over his, get rid of that, we'll pull in over his bass. So his chords A, G, F. So these are the root notes of his actual chord. So these are the root notes of the chords in the track. I was going to bring that up one. And then going up from that, so we'll go to here. So these are the actual chords in the track itself. So there is chords in the actual track. So he's got an A minor, and then it goes to, so this is we're talking about the verse first of all. So it's A minor, and it goes to G major, and then to F major, and then to D minor. So one of the things that he's actually done with his bass is he has changed, instead of going by the, so obviously normally the root note of the chord would be where your bass would lie, but what he's done is he's actually changed the second chord. He's changed where the bass lies, so he's gone for a different note in the chord rather than just the bottom note. So instead of going to G, he's actually gone to B. So if you go to G, this is what it will sound like. So he's changed his stuff by going up to B. And it just gives it that little bit more life. Now, another thing that he's done as well is that he's added little accents in on his bass. So the last offbeat of the note, he's added a different note in just to make it sound different. So if we just take this very, very basic chord structure here, we take away that, and we take away that, and we just go by the normal bass. This is what it sounds like, just with the normal bass. So again, it's very, very generic. But like I said, because of he's changed this and added these little accents in to the bass, it gives it a different feel. So that's one of the things that we could maybe try in our own tracks, just to give it a bit of a different feel. So that's one of the things that he's done with regards to his bass. And then when the chorus kicks in, he's done the exact same. He's added these accents in that make it sound different. So that's one of the things that we can take away as well. So I'm going to do an example of this. I'm going to go over here to, this is some different chords that I've just wrote here now. So we've got sort of these chords here will be G. So we'll look at these chords. So again, very, very basic chords we've got there, but with the bass, we're going to go for, we'll do 2 here. That to here. So if this was just sort of a generic bottom note root sort of thing, we don't need that. Why does that keep appearing? Get rid of. Is that going to delete now? Okay. You would have a bass line that looked like this, and it will sound like this. So that would be the bass note. So doing it in a sort of Kavinsky style, you can see there what we're going to do here. So obviously this goes up, but so what we're going to do is we're going to change this F like he's done. F. We're going to change it to a different note in the actual chord. So we're going to change it from F to A. So let's just see what that sounds like when we change it to F to A. And then we're going to add these accents in as well. So we're going to add accents in all the time. So we'll show you the 2 basses. So we've got the normal bass, like a standard bass that's just using the root note. And then we've got the Kavinsky style bass, where we've added accents in and we've changed the 3rd chord, we've changed the note to play a different bass line. So we'll just play it, see what it sounds like. So can you hear how much difference that 3rd note makes by changing the bass note to a different bass note on the chord? Now we couldn't do it with every single note. We'll pick one where it sounds okay, and then we'd use that one. But it does give it a completely different dynamic. So again, that's one of the sort of Kavinsky styles that he's gone for. One of the things that make him stand out is obviously changing the bass note and adding little accents into the bass. The brass pads and stuff, they're very, very basic. It's just basic chords, and you can use any brass pad really. This one I've used just any brass pad. Like if you load up Sylenth and go to, I think it's number 4, there's tons of brass. It's nothing special about his pad or and same with the harp. The harp just following really the notes of the actual chords. There's nothing special about that. Okay, so the next thing we're going to look at is the vocoder part. So I'll quickly play through, give you a sample of it. That's it. And then I'll show you how to use a vocoder in FL Studio. So you need 2 parts to the vocoder. You need the vocals and you need what's called a carrier. So if we bring this to 20, and we bring this to 21. Okay, so we'll just name this vocals, and then we'll name this carrier. Okay, so I'll just quickly play what 2 parts we've got here. So we've got the vocals. Used to be like. And then we've got the vocoder part, the carrier part. So this is going to be like a sound, so a synth. I've got it just playing some simple notes. Just playing some very, very simple notes. So what we're going to then do, 22, we're going to add I'm going to add a vocoder in to 22. So first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to click on the Vox, the vocal channel, and we're going to right click on the actual vocoder. So we'll name it as vocoder. So we're going to right click on it, and we're going to route to this track only. And then carrier, we're going to do the same thing, route to this track only. So now they're both playing into this track. So if you mute this, and we play them.
Used to be like we were in love.
You can see they're both being routed in to this channel. Okay. So then it comes to this part here. So you can see here the mod. We'll right click on this and we choose vocals. Then we right click on this and choose carrier. Very, very simple. Now if we give it a play.
Used to be like we were in love for the first time. Just think it through. Just to be like the first time in love.
Very, very simple. Now you can mess around with the settings and mess around with some stuff, and you can go up here and there's some presets for you to mess around with and whatnot. But that's for now we'll just leave it. It's very, very simple vocoder. So when we put that in the mix.
Used to be like we were in love for the first time. Just think it through.
So what's happening now is the vocals are sort of being pitched, bend it to the vocoder. So we can move this over here to our chords that we actually made. If we play it through with our chords.
Used to be like we were in love.
Doesn't sound very good, but if we copy our chords and paste them in, it will now match our track.
Used to be like we were in love for the first time. Just think it through.
You can have some real fun. You could, if you wanted, you could even do something like this instead of obviously going for chords. You could go for single notes instead.
Used to be like we were in love for the first time. Just think it through.
So it's a very, very simple way there how to use a vocoder in the sort of style of Kavinsky there. One thing that I would say is vocals, when you listen to the vocoder part, they're very, very raw and dirty. So one of the things you could do is when you're looking at your carrier, you can make sure when you're making your sound, you make sure it's very gritty and dirty. So I've added some white noise in here, quite a lot there too. Give it that real gritty sound for when you're using your vocoder. So that's Nightcore really summed up some of the different elements that make the track stand out different from other tracks. One last thing I'm going to look at is another track from his, which is Pacific Coast Highway. I'm going to talk a little bit about the ARP. So on the ARP, what it sounds very 8-bitty. So you can hear it. It sounds very sort of Commodore 64. Now one of the things you can do to do that is we can actually use so what we'll do is we'll turn off all the sort of effects on this because we don't want any effects on it. And what we're going to add on this is called Fruity Squeeze. Let's bring this in. Let's turn off the filter. Bring everything right down. So this will give it a sort of bit crushed effect. One of the other things you can actually add on as well is Glitch, which is free now, so you can download Glitch for free. It's not supported anymore, but you can download it for free. Just Glitch 1, and with this we actually have a crusher. So what we can do with this is we can click crusher, and then we can just fill it in right across. So it gives it a real bit crushed effect. Yeah, that's coming sort of towards the end now. So to summarise some of the things we've looked at in the sort of Kavinsky style is obviously the bit crusher on the squeeze to give it a bit more of a rough edge on the harp. We've looked at the way he does his bass lines as well, with the little accents at the end of notes to emphasise going into the next note. Because the chords he's used, I mean, they're very, very similar chords, very, very basic and similar chords to quite a lot of songs out there. But because of what he's done, it sounds completely different. So going back to the bass again, like I said, what he's done is this note here. Instead of going to the G, he's changed it to another note in the chord to make it sound completely different and really stand out. And then again, obviously, we've talked a little bit about the vocoder and how you can use a vocoder in FL Studio. Vocoders work similar on all platforms, really. You need a vocal and you need a carrier, and they obviously mix together to give it the sort of vocoded effects. And what stands out in the Kavinsky vocoder, the vocals, it is very, very gritty and dirty. So make sure that when you are sort of making a sound, you choose a sound that's very dirty, very gritty. Add some white noise to it. Even the bit crusher and stuff like that, you could add them to it as well, and that'll give it a very dirty sort of sound. But again, guys, that about sums it up. If there's any particular sort of artist that you like and you want to know how you can sort of sound similar to them, or how you can, what makes them stand out, leave it in the comments below, and I'll certainly have a look at making a video on them in the near future for you. But for now, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching.